Okay, I'm live. Cool. You know, it's always kind of strange talking about something that has like been deleted or like that's happened, but nobody can go verify it. I had a stream that was live for 3 minutes, and it was live. Like I was gonna go live. I'm gonna play for a little bit, and then I'm gonna head out. And I'm only gonna play for like an hour and some change. So I get on the game, and I had actually placed a work order at my apartment to like have some stuff replaced. It's hard not to like touch my mouth without bumping this mic. Some stuff or I put in a work order to have some stuff replaced in my apartment, and I sit down, and normally the work orders take days. Like they come back, it takes days. And this is one of the times where like I put in at like 1 a.m. Like literally last night I was like falling asleep, or it was like midnight, and I was like, ugh. And then usually it takes like 2 or 3 days. They'll come back and they'll go, hey, you know, we're here for this thing. And I sit down, I hit go live, and then 2 minutes into it, I was just getting ready to hit, like start game, knock on the door, and I was like, what? I can't be them. Looked, it was them, and I was like, so I had to cut the stream. But it always seems kind of strange, because it's like, well, why would you talk about it if like nobody can see it? But because it's like it's kind of like weird energy coming into a stream, being like pretending even to myself, like, all right, let's do this. Like I'm back from yesterday, and it's like, well, man, why is it taking me so long to swing this weapon? Yeah, take that. All right, ain't that serious. Oh, there's this thing. What? In the H? Oh, it's not a spirit jump thing. Of course. Elden Ring! Okay. It'll be stuck on my head, so let's deal with this dragon. Which one do I want to use? Oh, is that perfumers? Oh man. Okay. My spirit ash was fighting these guys as opposed to the dragon. I wonder if I should have just waited a little bit. Waited for them to like take each other out. Because now I have to fight everybody. Well, not everybody. Okay, yeah, let's reset this. I'm not really intending to fight this dragon, but let me just reset. Take that, Misbegotten. I wonder if they have different names here. I'm sure their names aren't Misbegotten here. Ruined Forge of Starfall Pass. Another ruined forge. By grace, if e'er I see another rock, I shall find it. Of this I have no doubt. The altar of the forge cannot be far. I didn't think there would be too many more of these. Starfall Past. I just kind of naturally assumed based on the one with Talu that, is it Talu? Talu? Talu, yeah. I just assumed that given what the weapons look like and the fact that it was so close to the Shadowkeep, I just assumed that like Mesmer was making the weapons for him, but looks like there's multiple forges. So far, at least 2. I wonder if these items, if they drop anything, if they'll call them Misbegotten here. Or if they'll have like a different name. Crucible something. Something I learned from the Commander Gaius fight is that when I'm doing this charge tech, like, it'll still take stamina for me to block an attack, but I'm kind of... Ow. That's pretty cool. Smith Script Spear. Okay. Spear engraved with the smith script. A throwing weapon crafted through the smithing arts. Execute a strong attack, a dashing strong attack, or a mounted strong attack to throw the spear. So last time I was encountering those, the armors, or the smiths, and the golems, and they were ultimately the ash that I could create, but I think that there are misbegotten ashes, so I'm curious what the creature will be, assuming I get one at the end of this. What's opening? Okay. I don't want to miss it anymore. Don't get distracted. Okay, that's the only way to go. Before I pull any levers, I want to take a look around and see what is what. Oh man, they are here. Hit them where they're weakest. So frustrating. This guy never stunned, huh? Gotta... Oops, I did the wrong thing. This guy's defense is so freaking high. He's got a sliver of health, and I still haven't beaten him. Hold on. Course. Can't seem to dodge anything. Smithing talisman. No ladders or anything in here? Okay. This is a different room. Is there anything down there? No. I don't need to fight every single person. Plus, the most anything can really give me is runes. And I don't really need runes. The weak spot, right? Sticking with the pointy end and all that. Okay, so that. Wait a minute. Was that the same room? I don't know if smithing stones matter that much. Something I kind of just keeps floating around in my brain as I'm running around this game. I'm trying to focus on the game, but I guess I kind of will just say this. I was so when I'm not streaming a decent amount of time, I just open up a YouTube account and I just kind of like look at some Elden Ring stuff. I don't necessarily mind about, well, I don't want to be spoiled per se, but I don't necessarily mind about watching stuff that people have done that I haven't done. Especially if it's like early game, but there's a couple of things that I've seen that I think it would have been nice if I was like, if I would discover that on my own. But at the same time, I think that this is so vast, and the way that these games work is that you just pick a direction and go, and I can't go in all directions at the same time. So I already saw where there's a Erdtree fragment that I said Scar. I meant to say Erdtree fragment is on the map that I'm going to go back and hit up, and I think it's like down here, which now that I think about it, I guess I didn't really explore this area too much. I came out here and then I went northwest, and then I went all this way, but I didn't really go this direction. It's not a major spoiler. I don't want to see like any ending stuff, but the other thing I was going to say is that a big conversation point, and I think I even talked about this yesterday, is that Elden Ring is too hard. And I'm not entirely going to like throw I guess I am throwing my opinion. I was gonna say I'm not gonna put my opinion out there. I guess I am. It's definitely tough. I think when I was rubbing my head last night, mainly because I was tired, it was like, I think going on 10:30, and I wanted to watch House of Dragon, which ended up being like an hour and 15-minute episode, which is not a bad thing, but it was just like, I was thinking, man, I want to be up at like 7 a.m. And the later I stream, you know, at 10:30, and then House of Dragon's like, you know, I think I was off by 11 o'clock. I don't know. But the point was is that the longer I was streaming, the confines of time started to hit me. And I kind of said yesterday that, like, you know, I had seen a little bit of that conversation, that discourse about it being too difficult. It definitely is tough. The bosses hit very hard, despite all the damage negation or the fact that I could kind of walk through the base game. And I saw a little bit of a snippet of a Yongya video where he had said that Miyazaki even prefers or warned people that, like, listen, this is going to be really tough. We're pushing you to your limits here. And I'm not here to complain or say it's too hard, but man, Commander Gaius is messing me up. And I was just like, man, there are thoughts that sometimes creep into my head where I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this. But something that I want to try to keep in mind about, you know, this game and its difficulty is like what you're using to try to, and this is not exactly a life lesson, although it can be kind of projected onto life as well, transposed, is, you know, using the right tool for the situation. You know, if an enemy is really tough, you know, maybe change your weapons, you know, maybe use a summon, maybe do multiplayer and call in some allies, you know, reach out to a friend. And I think I mentioned this even yesterday when I was playing that Dark Souls 3's final boss. I was going my way through the game, right? And when I got to Dark Souls 3's final boss, I fought that dude for, it wasn't a very long time. It might have been like 4 or 5 attempts. And then I remember I said something like, all right, time to bust out the big guns. And I texted my buddy who came in with like his crazy overpowered character who knew how to beat that boss really easily. And we messed him up like second try. We won. You don't have to go in there with your level 1 character using your fists. And this is something I also, like an opinion I heard from a lot of different people. You know, you don't have to go in there with your fists, level 1, fighting with your feet, blindfolded, you know, with no magic or no, you know, two-handed greatsword or no multiplayer, whatever. You can play the game however you want, and you should play it however you want if it brings you enjoyment. And then on top of that, if you're tired of losing, getting beat up, I know I even saw a video from Kai Cenat where he was just like, it's a skill issue. I mean, I would say a little bit more so than it's a skill issue. It's more of like it's a perspective issue. You know, if you want to go in there like me with sword and shield, it's going to be harder because I don't do a lot of damage. And I kind of learned this with Rolana, is when I was like strafing, you know, I'm logging onto the character and I'm fighting what feels like 10-minute fights. And I look at the health and I'm like, damn, I've hit you like 15 times. I haven't drained any of your health already. You can use a great sword. Maybe you can use a ton of poise and just get in there and stun lock the opponent. You can use the mimic tier, which I've heard is really good. You can use a particular ash. You can look up a strategy guide. Like, you know, there's no one size fits all. I'm sorry, that's not the right way to say it. There's no one way to do it, in that if you like, in order for you to get your street cred, you got to do it a specific way. You can do it however you want, so long as you're having fun and do it on your terms. Now, as this relates to me and potentially the people who think it's too hard, I think sometimes it is people who are doing what I said the other day, is like bashing your head against the wall, which is you're trying to be like, I want to do it with my two-handed greatsword. I want to do it with my incantations or my spells, or I want to do it naked or with my sword and shield or whatever. That's the terms that I want to do it, and I should be able to do it that way. I guess suppose at that point it can kind of start to turn into a skill issue, because if you want to do that, then you just have to be better. That's really what it comes down to. You just have to be better, which means you're going to have to lose a lot in order for you to kind of like see the different patterns and recognize what the most dangerous things are and try to avoid them. But there are other ways, you know, to try to get success. Like I mean, my character's 225. I'm sure and I have every item in the game. I'm sure I could go use a larval tier, look up some strategy online that goes, this is how you beat Commander Gaius, this is how you beat Mesmer, you know, exactly do this thing and it'll work. But I don't want to do that. And I think that sometimes the discourse is kind of people wanting to do things on their terms. They go to the internet to, you know, voice their issues. I don't necessarily think that people, I know that the topic was about Elden Ring Steam reviews being mixed because some people had performance issues and some people thought it was too difficult. I mean, sure. So I don't know. I guess like a lot of things in life, I suppose my take is kind of in the middle, because I get it. People, well, no, when I say I get it, I mean, people are entitled to feel however they feel. If something's too hard for them, I don't think it's considerate for other people to roll up and be like, well, bro, it's a FromSoftware game. It's a Dark Souls game. Like, what did you expect? It's like, people are just talking. They're voicing things that they feel based on their life experience. And I think that when somebody rolls around and tries to like chin up them, you know, like, hey, come on, man. Like it's a FromSoftware game. Back in my day, 2008 Dark Souls or Demon Souls, like we didn't have all this fucking summon shit. Okay, whatever. But so as this relates to me, Commander Gaius, Mesmer, I'd like to do it with Sword and Shield, but not only because I only have really 2 more days to play this game, but on top of that, I don't like to fail too long. I don't mind failing if it means like an overcoming challenge, but there is a threshold that I can hit. And it might not seem like I can hit it because I've usually overcome the challenges of these video games, whether it's like I've talked about before, the Dark Souls 3 boss, or the Bloodborne Orphan of Kos guy. But I have my limits too, and at the moment it doesn't feel so insurmountable that I can't do it. A lot of times it really seems more like I just don't know the pattern. Like when I was fighting Commander Gaius, that's probably the closest boss I can think of to where I might change my build for that fight. And I say that because I generally know what the enemy does and how the boar and him move and like when he's diving and stuff. I just can't take that many hits. So there's a part of me that feels as though I just need more damage so I can end the fight sooner. If I have to hit the boss, let's say 200 times, but the boss only has to hit me 5 times, I'm more inclined, I'm going to lose. It's more likely that I'm going to lose. But if I'm fighting a boss and they have to hit me 5 times and I have to hit them 50 times, well, now I have a higher chance. It's less times I have to actually hit them, and who knows how many times I might be stunning them and whatnot. So that's another thought. And I did watch a couple people fight bosses that I've already fought, and that came to mind. I mean, there's a part of me, if I'm being honest, that's kind of like, oh, well, they did it this way, so that's why it was easier for them. But most people that I've seen, I say like 2 or 3 people that I've seen fight bosses that I've fought, they're doing way more damage than I am. A lot of times they're using 2 weapons in both hands. I'm not. And a lot of times the weapons that they're using are two big ass weapons, like spiked maces or hammers or two swords, or just a really strong, or they're two-handing some like big ass great sword thing that gives them infinite poise and that stuns people if they hit them, you know. I'm not doing that. I'm literally walking in every battle like this, and then like dodge rolling, and then this. And I also recognize that when I block, which, you know, if you played a FromSoftware game, you should know that blocking is not what people do, Justin. But in a FromSoftware game, I'm sorry, in this game, I block a lot, and that's draining my stamina like crazy, which means I have less ability to attack, less opportunities to attack, and less opportunities to dodge. And some attacks are just so overwhelmingly powerful, they drain all of my stamina, and then I still lose health because I get hit. So all of these things are factoring in my head when I'm fighting enemies. It doesn't mean for me that it's too difficult. It's not too, well, let me contextualize it. It's not too difficult for me to give up on. It would just mean that it'd probably reach a point where I'd have to just change my build. And I don't like changing my build. I'd rather not. But if it's either lose against this for the rest of my life and become frustrated and like angered at this game that is my favorite game, or change my weapon, I'll change. It's just, it would kind of sour the victory for me if I didn't do it like on terms that I want. So if, as an example, like in a way, I guess this is the closest example. When I fought R'Lana, and the second time I did it with the Darkmoon Greatsword, there's a part of me that was kind of like I really didn't want to use this weapon. But at the same time, my brain kind of also throws the idea out there that you leveled this weapon up to +10. Like, you do like this weapon and you do want to use it. So in a way, it was on my terms. So I know I kind of rambled as usual, but that was kind of running through my head as I was running through, trying not to get hit by these golems. I was thinking like, man, I'm not dodging this stuff. Like, I'm burning through all my flasks. Like, this game's really tough. And then it kind of made me think about it being too difficult for some people. And like I said, if some people think it's too hard, you know? And I've never really been on board with that perspective that I mean, everybody's gonna have an opinion about everything, so everybody can have their opinions. But I've never really been on board with that idea of, you know, when someone says like, hey, this is too hard, and then some other person comes across and they go, well, suck it up, like it's a FromSoftware game, it's Sekiro, it's Dark Souls 3, what do you expect? It's like, I think people expect to win. I think people expect to succeed and achieve and feel good. I think that's what people expect. And humans are complex, and so when you're losing over and over and over, and you feel as though you're not succeeding and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you do what any human naturally does, which is that you talk about your discomfort, your dislike, you vent, you know, you complain in a means of processing. And I can't speak for all those people, but maybe they'll go on to do other things in their life that they can succeed in, or they'll get all that out of their system and then come at the game again and then win. I guess it's either one or the other. But yeah, people are allowed to say that stuff, and I don't really think too negatively about people who are like, it's too hard. But if I may project onto them, I think it's possible, if people think it's too hard, it's probably that you're in kind of my boat where you're using a setup that just makes the game harder for you. Like, if you're using a two-handed straight sword and blocking with it and getting hit and killed with no damage negation whatsoever, and you're not using Spirit Ash or multiplayer, you're like, man, this game's too hard. Well, you got to change that up. That might help. So that being said, let's continue on. I have no more flasks. I'm gonna die. Oh, there's a guy standing there. I didn't even see him. I don't want to fight anybody. Give me that. Ooh! Any items over here? We gotta go. Also, something else I was thinking about when it came to difficulty is, and this is probably the first zone I can think of where I'm actively doing this, but I'm not fighting the enemy because they're just too strong. Like, it takes me too long to get through one of these dudes, and my consistency with dodging stuff is too low. So I can't win. I'm gonna die. So instead, I'm thinking, well, I don't need any runes, Did I come? I did come this way. Holy Totinos. Oh yeah, the pathway. Crap. Down here. There is a lever. Did I? Hold on. Something's not right. I guess I might as well go use the... Because that lever pulls that door open. But wasn't there another way? Is there a guy here? Nope. Nope. Okay, I just climbed that ladder. That's gonna send me in a circle. Let me heal. I need to avoid some of these enemies, but I need to heal first. Also, something else I'm thinking about doing is changing my flask. I go back and forth on my physic flask a lot, but I think something I want to do is maybe do the heal over time. Wait a second, this is the door I opened. This is the first one. Yeah, this is it. Let me pull this. What does this do? Does that just move this door up? It does. Okay, I guess I'll just tackle this like it's new. Let me go back to the very beginning. I didn't realize it. I mean, what's the point of that? Why would you want to close the door? What advantage would that be? I lost sight of... Okay, so what I was going to say was that something that I'm probably going to do... I mean, the damage negation... I really want the temporarily boost, but I'm going to change this up. In the vein of what I was talking about, I'm going to try to change things up. So one of the things I might do is steadily restores HP for a time. I think I like that from the perspective of, like, after a fight is over... Rather than just use a flask, I'd like to use something and then have it just go for a while. And damage negation. I mean, you can never really go wrong with that one. I'll try this. Try just different combinations. Because, like, it's one thing to think about something. Hold on. It's one thing to kind of, you know, think about a scenario and then to actually try it. Let me see what this guy says again. Well, I guess he's looking for the same rock I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking for it. If e'er I see another rock. And ere else, obviously, if ever I see another rock, I shall find it. Of this I have no doubt. The altar of the fortune before. So I'm curious, like, your grace, or by grace. So he's looking for something. This guy was looking for something. Okay. Let's... I'm gonna use the greatsword a bit. Something I thought about in the battle with Commander Gaius, and Gaius, I think is his name, is I may use the light greatsword. I think it kind of like accomplishes both things of, like, it has the speed that I need, but it doesn't have, and it has like the power. It's, I mean, it's in between. I'm thinking, and it's got a little bit more range too. So I may use this on. So I need to just use this more often though. Just get used to it. Okay. Oh, hold up. Okay, never mind. Just looking around. Okay, so I think I have to use the lever here. There's a part of me that wanted to use the twin great swords that I get from Rolana, but I'm gonna do my best to hold out until second playthrough to use that. I'd like an entire playthrough to just be with that weapon. So I'm gonna hold off on that one. But there's a part of me that's just like, I need more power. Okay. So first things first. So this closes this. You can't get back to that room, so it's so fascinating to me that they have a lever that closes the door from the other side. Oh, it's coming through. Oh no. I know this, but just saying it out loud, the R2 is always a double hit. Whoops. So 1, 2. Even a jumping attack, 1, 2. It's always a double attack. Dodge roll. 1, 2. So. Oh yeah, that guy. Okay, so I need to open this one. There's no ladder. So, okay, so I need to get up there. I need to drop down to open that one and go that way. Okay, cool. These rooms do look a fair bit alike. No, we're not going to do this. Yeah. Oh, it's coming. Okay. No ladders I missed, right? So there's this one. There's a dude hanging out over here. On the left. I see you. I kind of want to double check that room to see if there's anything in there, but I'm pretty sure there's not. It kind of seems like a trap room. Unless there was something in there and I already grabbed it. But, I think that's good. Okay, thank you, Justin. Okay, if you can make it up here, we'll fight. Just looking around. Nothing down there. That guy won't come up here. Cool. There's nothing down here, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Don't think there's anything else in this room other than I grabbed the item and there's some smithing stones, but I think that's fine. That won't lead me where I want to go. And that's actually that message about hitting them in the weak spot. So I need to land on this bridge so I can walk along there so I can activate that lever. Because I can't... So this pathway over here is when I walk into this room that looks similar to the first one. So I closed the lever, or I pulled the lever behind me down that path that closed the door. I ran through here, and I couldn't get through that door because I need that lever, which also has a lever on the other side of the door that closes it. So let's do it. Give me that. Okay, so there's a lever here. I'm going to close this. Can you get into this building from the ceiling? Roof? Okay. Okay. All right, there's a dude here. There's a guy over there. Is that all that's in this room? There's no ladder or anything? Because then what's the... How do you get through this dungeon? I feel like I'm missing something. And also, I would want this door open then, because I don't want to... There's got to be something in that room. There's got to be something else, because otherwise, that's it. I don't know where else to go. I just need to make sure I have like an escape plan. No ladders that I can see. Oh, there's a path behind it. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I don't think that leads anywhere. I don't have time to like look at it though. No ladders. Okay, let's go. Gotta lure you away. I mean, that water... Oh, maybe I can trap him. Uh-oh. Come on, don't move yet. Almost. Okay, go. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. And it's mainly so that I can just look in this room without the concern. Is there like an illusory wall or something? I mean, there's this, but there's no way that goes anywhere, right? Wait, don't I have like warming stones or something I could throw down here? Let me see. Inventory. I want to read about some items, but... Oh, it's a consumable. Well, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of... Oh, come on. Tools? Man, hold on. It's like the moon rock or whatever. Like, I don't have any of those. Ruined fragment. Here we go. I don't think there's anything down there. All right, let's go take a look another way. Okay. Jesus, man. Kind of startled me. I didn't think it was so close. Maybe you do have to defeat them. No. I don't know. Okay, so I normally would drop down there to use the lever. There's nothing over here, right? Wait a minute, hold on. How do you get over there? I'm gonna go. Like, there's so many of them. There has to be some reason as to why there's so many of them in that room. Hold on. Ooh, smith and stones. Okay, so no ladder. No illusory walls. It's the end of this room. Okay. The thought I was thinking is that there's clearly no levers on top of this thing, right? No. There's clearly, like, a section over there. So it makes me think... maybe you get over there. An idea. Maybe you can use the lever to raise the door and then ride the platform or ride the door up. Because if that doesn't work, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what else works. Maybe. Let's try it. Hup. Success. Okay. Which does, I guess, somewhat explain why there are levers that do that on both sides. So that, like, oh, yeah, there would have to be, because from a design standpoint, I hate the fact that I'm looking at it like this, but from a design standpoint, if there's only a lever there and you pull it, and let's say the designer still wanted to have this area and you miss the jump, then you have to run all the way back around and just do it again. So instead, if you miss the jump, then you can just, and no, I guess you'd have to if you did miss the jump. If you missed it now, you have to run all the way back around. Never mind then. Is it gonna smash me when I walk through? Oh, hey. Ancient meteoric ore greatsword. Whoa. Is this what the guy at the front was looking for? Inventory. Let's read some items. I think the ancient ones is for the special weapons, right? Because I think, I'm trying not to click on the item. I think it's just whatever. 34 strength, colossal sword, jeez. Ancient meteoric ore greatsword. Whoa, look at this. Like, well, I won't say it. One of the treasures of the ruined forges. There's at least 2 of these forges. Greatsword of ancient meteoric ore, ending in a sharp point. Fashioned from an excavated shard of an arrowhead that was once a part of an old god's arsenal. Whoa. A capable piercing weapon that excels at thrusting attacks. White light charge. Summons white light from the crevice in the weapon's ancient meteoric ore, using its power for a charging attack, which pierces foes Additional inputs cause the light to explode. Man, I might switch weapons. Let me see what it looks like. Or let me read these other items first. Smith script Cirque. How do you pronounce this? Is this Cirque or Cirque? Because I'm thinking like Cirque du Soleil, and it's like you wouldn't say it. Give me this. Nah, bro. You gotta chill on that. No. You gotta chill on that. I'm good on that. Good on that. All right. Oh, Cirque. Oh, here we go.
Cirque.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Circular backhand blade engraved with the smith script. A throwing weapon crafted through the smithing arts. Execute a strong attack to throw the backhand, causing it to fly in a curved trajectory. Cool. This one. A talisman depicting an ancient smithing hammer inscribed with the smith script. Enhances weapon throwing attacks. In ancient times, smithing was a divine act. And blacksmiths interpreted the script they perceived in the wrinkles of molten steel to imbue weapons with souls. Whoa. In ancient times, smithing was a divine act. Cool. And blacksmiths interpreted the script they perceived in the wrinkles of molten steel to imbue weapons with souls. Awesome. Arcane. Damn. It said this is a thrusting weapon. I guess. Oh. Wait, hold on. Dude, that was awesome. Cool. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. E35 strength. Thinking about it. Stay the course, Justin. Whoop. This one's heavy. I haven't come across any invisible people. I think I'll just go with this one. Nah. Let me see. It's really not much of a difference. Oops. I'm tripping. Not to linger on the lore too long, but what does this have to do with, like, this place and this weapon? Unless this is what the thing that the guy was looking for. He said, by grace, if ever I find another rock, I must be close to him. I mean, was he looking for this? One of the treasures of the ruined forges, great sword of ancient meteoric ore, ending in a sharp point, fashioned from an excavated shard of an arrowhead that once was part of the old god's arsenal. Like, arsenal is in their soldiers, or arsenal is in a capable piercing weapon that excels at thrusting attacks. I don't want to respect my character just for Commander Gaius, but there's a part of me that kind of wants to use this weapon on him. I feel like for that guy in particular, and this might be other bosses like this too, because Mesmer is going to be similar, I think, but at least for him, I think I need to just, like, the fact that I have a charging weapon that can, like, move me is great, because then if I, like, not that I should be dodge rolling backwards, but if I do dodge roll backwards, or if the enemy's away from me, the fact that I can, like, go lunging in at them is great. I don't have to spend time running. Or dodge rolling towards them to do like some sort of attack. So I don't think I will respect my character, but I'm really close to, I mean, I'd have to like commit to, because I can only raise my strength 5 points if I put on an item, which would only put me at 31. This takes 35 to use. So I can't get that. I have to like give up the Sword of Night and Flame stats, and then, I mean, at least in this run, this playthrough, and this is again what I was talking earlier about, like, how you want to play, and if you just lose. But in this playthrough, I really want to use Sword and Shield if I can. I'm being tempted though. I want to use Greatsword or Light Greatsword, and maybe that'll have a little bit more effect. It's a little bit more damage, without compromising the speed really. So that's kind of running through my head. Oh, man, okay. I don't want to climb that ladder just to get to the grace site. So I'll try that, but then if that doesn't work out, then... And whose forge is this again? Ruined Forge of... Oh, well, that makes sense then. Starfall Past. Oop. got a big old hammer or a big old axe. Don't hit with that. Oh, that's where my marker is. Oh, perfect. I want to read this. Do they call them like misbegotten here? Fairly large iron cleaver commonly used by the maltreated misbegotten. Steeped in resentment, these weapons are swung wildly and relentlessly, often after rushing up to foes. Okay. I mean, it could still be the same one they had in the Lands Between, but I was wondering if they might have like a different name since they're here. Like maybe the horn scent are omen. I don't know if that's the case, but my brain kind of goes, oh, maybe they're omen because of what they look like, the horns. Oh, damn. Somebody has some heavy footsteps. Who is that? Is it the dragon? Oh yeah, dragon's fighting over there. These guys have the defense, man. Gotcha. Oh, what the hell? Whoa! Okay, never mind. Piercing throw. Cool. Man, just barely missing him. I wonder if like any of them will win, or if it's just like this locked in combat forever thing. You know, like, will the dragon eventually eliminate everybody or not? It doesn't do a lot of damage to them. I don't know if I can fight this many enemies at once. This seems like really tough. I mean, nobody's pulling ahead in this fight. he just get his health back? I feel like this dude's been hanging on by a thread for like this entire time. I'll be honest, ever since I got that weapon, I am kind of tempted to just fucking say fuck it and just stealth or just, I don't know, use the biggest weapon I can, kill everybody. trying to be mindful of the like, oh shit, I think this is it. Of the mass explosion. Oh. I don't think it's doing any damage. Hitting him in the wings. It takes so long. This is really hard. God damn. Maybe it is all about power. Try aiming exclusively for the face. That's gonna be way harder with this weapon, but I'm gonna go back to the feet, but I'm just gonna have a stronger weapon now. Come on, get the feet. There we go. Jeez, bro. That's so annoying, man. Why don't they fight the fucking dragon? Why is it... You know what? I heard Asmongold say something about this game, and I'm not entirely sure if he was trolling or if he was being serious, but when he said it, it made me go, yeah, I think this is what people find frustrating about this game. It's that it feels like you're not fighting... It's not like this is difficult for difficult's sake. Or, I'm sorry, it's not just difficult. I think what it is that... it almost feels like you're directly fighting the developer. That's what it feels like. It's like you're fighting against the developers when you try to play this, as opposed to like just playing a video game. And that's and that right there is an example for me, because like in my head, there's there's all these perfumers out there. There's all these Black Knights out there. There's like all these other enemies, and I come running through, and I'm not attacking any of them, and they all turn their attention to me and just gun me down. And it's like, how does that make any sense? Whoops. Ooh. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I can say it's frustrating. It's just, it feels a lot like you're not playing a video game when that happens. Because that shouldn't make any sense that they would do that. I wonder, I don't know. See, my concern is that if I break this, am I going to remember what that's for when, after the fact? And probably not. I want to try attacking the feet again, in part because I think that, I have more power now with the Dark Moon Blade. But there's so many of those enemies out there. What in the... is that? Okay, I thought that was like a knight. Like a huge, character on... I guess I'm gonna do it. Can I not? Oh. Maybe I can't destroy it. Because I think this is like the one at, Rabbith's Rise or whatever, and I think I just jumped in the air and did this, and I got rid of it. But this doesn't seem to be working. Also, I can walk through it. Maybe it's not real. So it's not a torrent jump thing. Okay. Damn. Getting hit while I'm on the ground. Alright, I'm gonna go hit up those other exploration. I'm gonna go grab my shit, and then I'm gonna hit up the other exploration markers. I really don't want to use the big huge weapon, but I think I'm going to. I think that's when I was saying a bit earlier about changing up builds. I think for bosses, and I won't know when they're coming all the time, but I think for bosses, I think I'm gonna go with a heavy weapon, because I think it just has to be this hit for hit situation where I dodge, they leave themselves open, I just hit them for as much damage as I can. I think this meager damage thing just isn't gonna work. But I'd like to use this weapon, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. And I can't have all the stats I want unless I just grind a shit ton and make everything 50 stats off stream. But I'm thinking about it. Because at the end of the day, the bosses are the more difficult enemy. This. Wow, didn't grab it. Okay. Yeah, let's go hit up these other markers. So I guess I didn't actually hit up the crawfish thing or the lobster thing. I didn't go in that direction, so let's head in number 3's direction. Whoa. I wonder if there's anything else worth exploring at Morth Ruins. I think I kind of... I'll go do a lap, but I think I'm good there. Because I don't feel like I explored everything I wanted to, but at the same time, I want to say the situation was that I've kind of like dropped down to an area where I was like, oh, well, I can't get back up, so I guess I'll continue running around here. And that popped me out near Bonnie Village. This guy is strong. Northeast. Yeah, if it was possible to like, I mean, I'm sure it is, but if it was a little bit easier, I guess I'll say to not have so many enemies all out there at once, I'd give it another try, but I think that's part of the difficulty is that all those enemies are out there. I remember coming this way. I want to say I hit all the important stuff here. Because ultimately, I think like you're supposed to try to find a way down to the center. Like, even getting this high up, it kind of shows that this town isn't that big. Yeah, I mean, the focus is that area down there. Okay, so yeah, I think I might have explored that. Oh, I want to hit up this too. Okay, so let's head here, go to the crossroads. I wonder if that guy, the dry leaf dude that I'm seeing here, I wonder if when you challenge him to a duel, I think he's the monk guy, because he probably teaches you that stuff too, but I think that I mean, the party must just attack him because he's like, there's no need for words. But I also think that that if you're gonna attack him, it should be like with your bare hands. So that might be how I do it if I attack him at all. I'm probably gonna ask a very obvious question, but is this Castle Ensis? Shadowkeep, no. Okay. Castle Ensis is behind me. Explored that the other day, the poison area. Is that this, by the way? It is. Okay, this water area is where where Ralva was. Are those all my markers? Great. Before I head out of here, I'm gonna head back here. There's one other thing I want to check out before I leave, and then come back on later. Oh, I had a number 4. What was number 4? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if there was like a path that led over this way. I'll save that for later. I'm going to follow this road. Rather than north, I'm going south. I'm taking the actual roads. I don't think I've been here. Church of Consolation. Leave Talo alone. Black steel great shield. Nice. I don't know how deep this water goes. I don't want to fall. Great shield. Oh, I didn't read some of these things. Repeating crossbow. A mechanized crossbow that has been fitted with a fan-shaped contraption. This metallic piece adds a reloading system used in execution of unique battle art. Oh, I think this is the one. I think it's the one that the armor that I'm using, the Solitude Knight, that he used. I'm thinking about it. Weighty shields carried by the Black Knights, servants of Mesmer the Impaler, made of black steel with decorative embellishments in gold. Made of black steel with decorative embellishments, gold. Symbolic of their iron conviction in their crusade, the Black Knights will never yield, nor will they ever doubt their purpose. Dedicated. Okay. Let's check out this encampment real quick, and then let's get out of here. Oh, saw me. I can't see shit. Okay. Blessing of Marika. Oops. Okay, I've been here before. It's just hard to see him. Drink some water. Oh, I thought about something. I think I remember this from the base game. I think it gives you a flask back, like indicating that there's nothing else here. I could be thinking of a different video game when I say that, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. Because sometimes I'll be running around thinking like, okay, is there anything else here? But I mean, as far as items go, there might be something else there, but enemies specifically, I think it's on. All right, let me read this last item and then I'm out of here. I'll be back on later today. Okay. A special physic blessed by Marika, the queen of the Erdtree. So she's the queen of the Erdtree. Okay. Completely restores HP and heals all ailments. Is this a consumable? It is, 1 of 1. Oh, wait. Can you have more than one? Marika once created several of these physics for Mesmer's sake, but never again. Oh. What does it do? Completely restores HP and heals all ailments. I wonder, like... Hold on. It doesn't seem to be a... Let me check consumable, though. Because if it's a... I don't want to use it if it's a consumable, but... I'd like to think that there's only one of these. Recent items, tools. Like, I mean, it's in the same... Well... Like, I don't want to use it if I only have one. But I don't know if it's like these other things. I thought for sure there was a consumable section. Crafting. Okay, so hold on. Recent tools. Ashes. Crafting. Bolstering. Key items. Bolstering? Key items. Sorceries, incantations, ash of war, melee, ranged, shields, head, chest, arms, legs, talismans, info, recent items. Consumable, here we go, under item crafting. Okay, so it's not here, although here was the rainbow thing I was looking for. It's not here. I don't want to use it because I sometimes like going back and looking at items, but at the same time, I think it is something that's supposed to go that you can use multiple times. I think you can. And I like that if that's the case, because it just gives me an extra heal. And it's everything too. So it restores all health and clears all ailments. Which, like I said, the story implication there is huge, right? Oh, this is like right at the beginning. Church of Consolation. Okay, I'm going to call it here. I'll be back on later today in a handful of hours. But yeah, I'm going to call it there. I guess my last thought as I'm kind of winding down from this this particular playthrough is, at least from the story thing, is that Church of Consolation, it's a blessing that heals all of your health and cures you of all ailments. And she made multiple of these, and yet here he is. And she's, well, actually it said never again, right? Marika once created, once. It's curious, like hanging on the words that much, but Marika once created several of these. So there was a point in time when she made several of these. Physics, for Mesmer's sake, but never again. So it's like she made them to address something that was wrong with him, and then she stopped. And maybe he was born, ooh, that would be interesting. If he was born with the affliction of the snake, and the snake and the fire. Like maybe it's not something he learned, maybe it's something that he just was born with. And so she was making those, and maybe she was making those and they were helping him for a while, and whenever he stopped taking them, the physics, like maybe what she gave him suppressed the serpentine power and the fire power, but then he stopped taking them, and then she just stopped making them because she was like, well, he's not gonna do this. So okay, I'm out of here. Like I said, I gotta go. I'll be back on probably in like a few hours. So oh actually no, every time I gotta make a schedule. I gotta make a schedule thing before I leave, just so I don't have to do it later. Let's do this. I'm never gonna say what the time is, and I'm gonna leave it as unlisted on my account. I'm gonna say, I think this is a good time, and I can always move it up, but I hate to I always have to come up with a title for these. I'm just gonna drop the Elden Ring at the beginning. I'm gonna call it Shadow of the Erdtree. What do I want to call the next stream? Shadow of the Erdtree. I don't want to call it Experts. I'm tired of using the same titles over again. I don't want to necessarily do like part 3 or part 4. What do I actually want to do? I'm probably going to change my weapon. No, I'm going to call it Commander Gaius. I am going to beat him. But I think what I'm going to do, and I'll mull this over for a while I'm out and then come back, is I think I am going to just change weapons and change a build. I'll probably write down my stats while I'm on stream because I do like using the Sword of Night and Flame, but I can't do both. Like I want to do both. I want to like play with the Sword of Night and Flame. And okay, hold on. I need to be going, but like I need to get this thought out. I want to play with the Sword of Night and Flame as my main weapon and the Light Greatsword. But I want to, when I encounter a challenge like a boss that I need to do more damage, I want to be able to switch to that weapon. But I can't because my stats are so heavily into intelligence and faith. I can always flip that and give myself more strength, a dexterity, and have the intelligence and faith be used up by like talismans, but then I wouldn't be able to use that many talismans because I don't have the weight. But yeah, I just want to be able to, like, if I encounter a boss, I'm not doing enough damage, I want to be able to quickly go, okay, pull out the big weapon. But every one of those would require me to go back to the larval tier thing, or use the larval tier at Renala, and I don't want to do that. So I just need to kind of mull that over. You know, do I want to fight over and over and over and do low damage, or do I want to use a big weapon? There's probably a middle ground somewhere in there. There's probably a middle ground. There's probably some weapon or item or something I'm overlooking that will be like, for example, I have 26 strength. I could probably take some points out of faith. Like I don't need faith and intelligence to be 50. Like maybe it can be 45. Since a lot of what's in the DLC is based on the Skadu tree or the Skadu tree fragment. So maybe I can take like 5 points out of those. It's 10 each, put those into strength and have a little bit more balance. So then it's like 40 faith, 40 intelligence, and then 26 strength. So add the 10 to that, that's 36. So then I can then use the weapon. I can probably do something like that because yeah. And that'll probably, and honestly, if there's anything else that I need more than 36 strength for, like it's not even worth it, but I might do something like that. We'll see. All right. I still haven't come up with a name for the stream. I don't have a name. Land of Shadow. I'm just gonna call it something. I don't know. I still want to run around a bit. Okay. Schedule. No. Interesting. I can go live from here. Cool. So that's saved. All right. I'm out of here. Peace.